Rion was not used to calm mornings. As a human soldier assigned to the outer edge of the galaxy, he was trained to expect danger at any moment. The planet Celera was supposed to be peaceful. The mission was simple: scout the uncharted areas, make contact if intelligent life was found, and report back. But Rion had learned long ago that nothing in the galaxy ever stayed simple. He stepped out of the shuttle, the bright blue sky reflecting off the jagged rocks around him. The wind carried a strange, sweet scent. Rion checked his equipment, scanning the area with his visor. Nothing unusual appeared at first. Yet, instinct told him he was not alone. Hours passed. Rion walked slowly through the rocky plains, careful not to make noise. He had been trained to move silently, but Celera's surface made even quiet steps sound like a drumbeat. Then, a movement caught his eye. Shadows shifted behind a formation of tall crystal rocks. Rion froze. From the shadows emerged a figure unlike anything he had ever seen. The alien stood taller than a human, with luminous skin that glimmered faintly in the sun. Her eyes were deep and intelligent, showing both curiosity and wariness. Rion's heart beat faster. "Hello," he said cautiously, raising his hands to show he was unarmed. The alien did not respond at first. Her movements were fluid and precise, and she carried herself like a leader, not a stranger. Rion noticed a crown-like structure on her head, delicate yet strong, marking her as someone important. She was Queen Alira of her tribe. Though he did not know her name yet, Rion remembered his training. When encountering a new species, the first step was observation. He slowly lowered his hands, speaking softly. "I am Rion. I come in peace." "I mean no harm." Queen Alira tilted her head. Her gaze scanned him from head to toe. She could sense his honesty, but she was cautious. Her tribe had warned her about humans, strangers who arrived on their planet with unknown intentions. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the valley. From the cliffs, a group of rogue aliens appeared. They were larger, more aggressive, and clearly not part of Alira's tribe. Their intent was clear: they wanted to attack both Rion and Alira. Rion instinctively reached for his energy weapon, but Alira moved first. In a flash, she signaled him to follow. Without hesitation, he sprinted after her as she led him into a hidden cave among the rocks. The entrance was narrow, almost invisible, and shielded them from their attackers. Inside the cave, the air was cooler. Crystals along the walls glowed softly, illuminating the space. Rion caught his breath and looked at Alira. She stood tall, her eyes alert, ready to defend her territory. "Who are they?" Rion asked quietly. "They are not my tribe. They are raiders. They take what they want," Alira replied, her voice calm but firm. "You are lucky you came with no weapon drawn. Otherwise, they might have attacked you already." Rion nodded, still catching his breath. "I did not come to fight. I just want to understand." Alira studied him for a moment, then relaxed slightly. "Understanding is rare. Most humans bring fear or fire." The cave was narrow, but safe for now. Rion observed the crystals. They pulsed with a strange energy that seemed to hum in his chest. Alira noticed his attention. "These crystals are alive in a way. They respond to emotions and energy. You feel it too, human?" Rion nodded, though he was cautious. He had never encountered anything like this. "It is strong, I feel. Something I cannot explain." Alira's eyes softened for a brief moment. "The energy here is unpredictable. It can be dangerous. You should leave, but you are curious. That may protect you." As they spoke, the rogue aliens outside continued their hunt. Rion and Alira prepared for what could come next. The cave, though protective, had only one exit, and if the attackers found them, there would be no escape. Suddenly, the cave walls began to shimmer. A pulse of light spread across the crystals. Both Rion and Alira instinctively stepped back, startled. The light swirled between them, a strange connection forming in the air. "What is this?" Rion asked, trying to step away. Alira's eyes widened. "I do not know. It has never happened before. The crystals are reacting to you." Before either of them could move, the energy pulse surged. It wrapped around them, lifting them slightly off the ground. Rion felt a warmth and a strange pressure in his chest. Alira's expression was a mix of awe and fear. The pulse ended as suddenly as it began. Both were unharmed, but the air felt charged. Rian noticed a faint glow round Alira, almost like the energy had left a mark on her. Alira looked at him carefully. You were inside the pulse, she said. It reacted to your presence. Rian swallowed. Did it do anything to you? Alira shook her head. Not yet, but something has changed. I feel it. They both understood, without words, that this was no ordinary encounter. Something about their proximity and the energy had created a bond. One neither of them fully understood. It was unintentional, unexpected, and powerful. Hours passed as they waited in silence. The rogue aliens eventually left, frustrated by their inability to reach them. Rian and Alira emerged carefully from the cave, the world outside still tense but quiet. You should leave, Alira said, her voice gentle but firm. Humans are not safe here. This planet will challenge you. Rian shook his head. I cannot leave, not yet. I need to understand what happened. I need to know you are safe. Alira studied him. There was a moment of connection, a recognition that transcended species. She saw courage and honesty in him, and she felt the beginnings of trust. Very well, she said. Stay, but be careful. The energy is not yet settled. It will reveal its effects in time. You may not understand, but you must respect it. Rian nodded. I will. As the sun set over the rocky plains of Celira, both of them stood silently, watching the sky turn orange and purple. Neither spoke much, but both felt the weight of what had happened. They had survived an attack, discovered a new energy, and formed a connection that would change their lives. Rian knew that this was only the beginning. The energy pulse, the encounter with Alira, and the presence of the alien crystals all hinted at a future full of challenges, discoveries, and unexpected bonds. For the first time, he realized that humanity's place in the galaxy was not just to explore and fight, but to connect, to understand, and to protect. Alira felt something similar. She had always relied on strength, strategy, and the loyalty of her tribe. But this soldier was different. He did not seek power over her, nor over her people. He sought understanding. That was rare, and it sparked a cautious hope in her heart. Night fell, and the stars of Celira shone brightly. Rian and Alira remained vigilant, knowing that their world was unpredictable, dangerous, and beautiful. The bond between them had begun, subtle but undeniable. The galaxy had shifted slightly because of one unplanned, accidental encounter. Neither of them knew exactly what would come next. The pulse of energy, the rogue aliens, and the strange planet itself promised challenges. But for now, they had survived. And for now, that was enough. In the quiet of the cave, a faint glow lingered in the crystals, a reminder that even accidents could carry meaning. Rian looked at Alira, and she looked back. In that moment, words were unnecessary. They understood each other in a way few humans and aliens ever would. The beginning of an extraordinary story had arrived, born not of intention, but of circumstance, courage, and a hint of fate. Rian returned to the human base with a quiet unease. The shuttle's engines hummed softly as he entered the control room. But his thoughts remained on Celira. He replayed the events in the cave, the pulse of energy, the strange glow round Alira, and the feeling that something had changed between them. He could not explain it, and human science had no precedent for what he had experienced. The scientists were eager to hear his report. Screens displayed readings from Celira's surface, but none showed anything similar to the strange energy he had witnessed. Rian described the encounter carefully, noting the energy pulse, the crystals, and the alien queen's presence. Dr. Lyra, the lead scientist, frowned. This energy you describe, it is unlike anything in our databases. It could be dangerous, or it could be a new form of life. Rian leaned forward. A new form of life? How? Dr. Lyra adjusted her glasses. The crystals reacted to your presence. That kind of response suggests a connection, not just a reaction. The energy may have transferred something biological or chemical to the queen. We do not know the effects yet, but we must monitor her. Rian's stomach tightened. He had not thought of it that way. Transferred something? Yes, Dr. Lyra said. It is rare, but it is possible. The crystals are highly reactive. They could have catalyzed a reaction between you and the Queen that is beyond our understanding. You need to return to Celira immediately. We cannot let this situation develop unchecked. Rian nodded. He knew the command would agree. Returning to Celira was risky, but he felt responsible. He had been the only human present when the pulse occurred. If something was happening, he needed to witness it firsthand. When Rian returned to the planet, he noticed subtle changes immediately. The once bright plains seemed calmer, but the air carried a heavier energy. The crystals along the paths he had walked glimmered faintly, as if acknowledging his presence. He felt a strange warmth in his chest, a lingering effect from the energy pulse. Alira met him near the cave entrance. Her expression was cautious. "You returned," she said. "I did not expect you so soon." "I had to," Rian replied. "Something happened when we were in the cave. The energy pulse. It may have caused a reaction. I need to help." Alira's eyes narrowed slightly. "I do not fully understand it either. I feel different, stronger in some ways, tired in others. My body. It is changing." Rian's heart sank. "You mean physically?" Alira nodded. "Yes, my tribe has noticed. Some fear me. Others are curious. I did not know what to expect." Rian studied her carefully. She seemed the same, yet something subtle had shifted in her presence. A soft glow round her skin, a faint energy in the air, a sense that she was not entirely herself. He realized the energy pulse had left a mark that neither of them could ignore. He followed her into the tribe's village, observing the reaction of the aliens. The tribe was wary, their eyes wide with curiosity and concern. They spoke in low tones, pointing occasionally at Alira. She maintained her dignity, but Rian could see the unease. Alira led him to a quiet area away from the crowd. "I do not want them to see everything," she said. "The changes are private. You may not understand fully, but you must respect it." Rian nodded. "I understand. I just want to help." She studied him for a moment. "You have courage. You do not fear me. That is rare. Most humans would run, or worse, try to control me. I do not want to control you," Rian said. "I only want to protect you and understand what happened." Alira gave a faint nod. "Very well, but we must be careful. The energy pulse is not fully stable. It could have long-term effects on me, on the tribe, or even on you. Over the next days." Rian observed Alira closely. He noted changes in her behavior and strength. She moved with a grace that was almost supernatural, and her senses seemed heightened. At the same time, she would rest for longer periods, her energy drained by the unseen process occurring inside her. The scientists on the human base monitored her from afar, sending occasional messages to Rian. Readings indicate an unusual biological reaction. Dr. Lyra reported, "The Queen may be carrying something we have never seen before. It is essential that you protect her and keep detailed records." Rian felt a deep responsibility. He realized that this was no ordinary situation. Alira's condition could change the future of her species and the human-alien relationship on the planet. He also sensed that the energy pulse had created a bond between him and Alira that went beyond simple acquaintance. It was subtle, but undeniable, a connection that neither could ignore. The tribe began to notice Rian's presence in a new light. At first, they were skeptical. He was human, an outsider, a potential threat, but his actions helping the elders, protecting the young, assisting with daily tasks showed them he was different. He did not dominate or dictate. He contributed. Slowly, their fear turned to cautious trust. Alira observed this change with quiet approval. "Your people may learn. Human," she said one evening as they watched the sunset. "Perhaps we can coexist after all." "But the energy pulse, it complicates everything." Rian nodded. "We will figure it out together. I promise." One night, while the village slept, Rian noticed a subtle glow round Alira. He approached carefully. "Are you feeling all right?" he asked. She turned her eyes toward him, faintly glowing in the moonlight. "I feel different. The changes are accelerating. Something grows inside me. I cannot explain it fully." Rian's mind raced. He had read about alien reproductive processes, but nothing matched what he was witnessing. Inside you? You mean? It is a living thing. Alira nodded. I do not know what it is yet, but the energy pulse has created life. It is not mine alone. It is a part of both of us. Perhaps Rian felt a mix of awe and fear. He had never imagined a single encounter could lead to something so extraordinary. The pulse had done more than connect them, it had created life. A new existence that neither species had seen before. The next day, the tribe gathered in the central square. Alira spoke with calm authority. The energy of the crystals has changed me. Something new grows inside me. Do not fear it. Do not react with anger or suspicion. This is life. Life is not a weapon. Life is hope. The aliens listened carefully. Some murmured with concern. Others nodded slowly, sensing the truth in her words. The tribe's elders approached Rian. You were there, one said. This change is linked to you. We cannot understand it fully, but we see your courage and your honesty. You may help protect our queen. Rian bowed slightly. I will. I promise. As the days passed, the bond between Rian and Alira grew stronger. They trained together, observed the energy, and learned from one another. Rian taught her human strategies, patience, and tactics for defending the tribe. Alira taught him about the crystals, the alien environment, and the importance of harmony with nature. Despite the growing threats from rogue aliens and unpredictable energy, Rian felt hope. He realized that humans were capable of more than exploration and war. They could connect, understand, and protect. Alira's trust in him was a lesson he would carry for life. Then, one afternoon, the first real warning came. The crystals pulsed again, more intensely than before. Alira's body glowed faintly, and the tribe grew anxious. Rian placed a hand gently on her shoulder. Stay calm. We will face it together. Alira nodded. I trust you, human. We will survive this. The pulse has begun something, and we cannot stop it. But perhaps it is not a danger, it may be a gift. The alien and human stood side by side, watching the crystals shimmer under the afternoon sun. Both understood that their journey had only begun. The energy pulse had created life, a bond, and new possibilities for their species. The days ahead would be filled with challenges, but together, they had hoped out as night fell on Celira. Rian and Alira looked at the stars. The sky was bright with possibilities, and the bond between human and alien grew stronger with each passing hour. The pulse had changed them both, creating a connection that neither fully understood. For now, Rian realized the most important thing was trust. And in a galaxy full of dangers, hope and trust could be the greatest weapons of all. The sun rose slowly over Celira, casting long shadows across the rocky plains. Rian walked through the village, his eyes scanning the horizon. Even after days of observing, he could not ignore the subtle changes in Alira. Her movements were more precise, her senses sharper, and yet there were moments when fatigue weighed on her, pulling her into quiet contemplation. The energy pulse had left its mark, and Rian realized its effects were only growing stronger. Alira greeted him near the central square. Her expression was calm, yet her eyes carried a depth of concern. Rian, she said softly, I feel the changes more intensely each day. I am not sure what is happening inside me, but I know it will affect the tribe, and perhaps even the future of our species. Rian nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. We will face it together, Alira. Whatever comes, I will help you. Her lips curved slightly into a rare smile. Your loyalty surprises me. Most humans would flee or demand answers they cannot understand. You do not fear the unknown. That is why I trust you. Their bond had grown steadily since the energy pulse. Trust, respect, and understanding had replaced the initial wariness. The tribe had begun to accept Rian, cautiously at first, then with increasing confidence. He helped with daily tasks, assisted in training young warriors, and studied the alien environment alongside Alira. He had become a bridge between human and alien, a symbol of cooperation that neither species had anticipated. But peace was fragile. The rogue aliens who had attacked before were still at large. They saw Celira's wealth of energy and resources as theirs to claim, and they did not hesitate to strike at weakness. Rian knew it was only a matter of time before they returned. One morning, while Rian and Alira were training near the crystal formations, a warning call echoed across the village. Alira's eyes narrowed. "They are here," she said. "The raiders have returned. They are stronger than before." Rian drew his weapon, feeling the familiar weight in his hands. "We can defend them," he said firmly. "We have allies, and we have strategy." Alira nodded, her body tense with readiness. "But the energy pulse, it may affect me during the fight. We must be careful. This is not just our battle. The tribe's future depends on it." The raiders arrived in a swarm, their ships hovering above the rocky plains. They disembarked quickly, moving with precision and aggression. Rian and Alira led the village defenders, coordinating human tactics with alien agility. The battle was intense, and every movement counted. Rian marveled at Alira's skill. She moved like a shadow, her body reacting with speed and grace. He realized that the energy pulse had enhanced her in ways he could not fully comprehend. At the same time, he saw her exhaustion, the way she paused briefly to regain strength. He adjusted his strategy, covering her when needed, guiding the human defenders to reinforce weak points. The raiders were strong, but they underestimated the cooperation between humans and aliens. Rian's knowledge of human tactics combined with Alira's understanding of her people's abilities created a defense that was almost unbreakable. Slowly, the attackers were pushed back, retreating to regroup after the battle. The village gathered to assess the situation. Alira stood before them, radiating calm authority. "We survived because we worked together. Humans and aliens alike," she said. "This is proof that trust and cooperation are stronger than fear and aggression." The tribe's elders approached Rian. "You fought well," one said. "Your presence has changed our perspective. You are not just a human. You are part of our story now." Rian felt a surge of humility and pride. He bowed slightly. "I am honored. I only wish to protect and learn. Together, we can face anything." Alira watched the exchange, a faint glow surrounding her. The energy pulse had not only changed her physically, but had strengthened the connection between her and Rian. It was subtle, a quiet thread linking their thoughts, emotions, and actions. She realized that this bond was becoming essential, not just for her, but for the future of her tribe. As the days passed, Rian and Alira spent more time together. They trained, explored, and studied the effects of the energy pulse. Rian learned the intricacies of the alien crystals, discovering that they responded not only to emotion but to intent. A calm mind could stabilize them, while anger or fear could create unpredictable reactions. One afternoon, Rian and Alira climbed to a plateau overlooking the village. The wind carried the scent of the crystals, and the sun cast a golden glow over the plains. Alira spoke quietly. "Rian, I feel life growing inside me. The energy pulse has not only changed me, but it has created something new. I do not know what it will be, but I feel responsibility for it." Rian placed a hand gently on her shoulder. "We will face it together. Whatever comes, we will protect it, and we will protect your tribe." Her eyes softened. "You speak like a leader, Rian, not just a human soldier, but someone who understands the weight of life and trust. Most humans would not comprehend this, but you do." They sat in silence, watching the horizon. The bond between them had deepened into something beyond friendship and mutual respect, a shared responsibility, and an understanding of the fragile balance between life and power. The next challenge came unexpectedly. The rogue aliens attempted a stealth attack on the village's energy source, the crystal formations that powered the alien community. Rian noticed unusual readings on the scanners and immediately alerted Alira. "They are targeting the crystals," he said urgently. "If they succeed, it could destabilize your people's home." Alira's eyes narrowed. "Then we must act. Together, we will protect them. The energy pulse has made me stronger, but I cannot do it alone. Your presence is crucial." They led a counterattack, combining human tactics with alien agility. The battle was fierce, but Rian and Alira's cooperation turned the tide. They protected the crystals, repelled the attackers, and ensured the safety of the village. Afterward, the tribe celebrated cautiously. They understood that the bond between Rian and Alira had been instrumental in their survival. The elders spoke to the young warriors. Trust is strength. Cooperation is power. We have learned that humans, though different, can be allies. Rian watched the celebrations quietly. Standing beside Alira, she looked at him with a mixture of gratitude and concern. The energy pulse continues, she said softly. I feel it growing. The life inside me is developing. It is both beautiful and frightening. Rian nodded. We will face it together. You are not alone. That night, Rian and Alira walked to the edge of the village, where the crystals shimmered softly. The glow reflected in their eyes. I never imagined humans could understand this world, Alira said. Yet you do, Rian. You see beyond fear and difference. Rian smiled faintly. I see courage, wisdom, and strength. You are not alone in this, Alira. Whatever happens, we will protect life together. The bond between them became unspoken but undeniable. The energy pulse had created not just life, but understanding. It had bridged the gap between human and alien, showing that cooperation could overcome fear, suspicion, and difference. As the stars appeared in Celira's sky, Rian and Alira looked at them silently. They knew that the days ahead would bring more challenges, more discoveries, and more tests of trust. The rogue aliens were still out there, and the energy pulse continued to affect Alira in ways they did not fully understand. Yet hope remained. Humans and aliens, working together, could face any threat. They had already proven it, and now, with the life growing inside Alira, their future had new meaning: a shared responsibility, and a promise that cooperation could shape the galaxy in ways no one had imagined. Rian realized that this was more than a mission. It was a turning point for humanity, for the alien tribe, and for life itself. The bond he shared with Alira, the connection born of the energy pulse, and the understanding they had built together were more powerful than any weapon, more enduring than any fortress. Alira turned to him, her eyes glowing faintly. We are ready, Rian, for whatever comes. We face it together. He nodded firmly. Together, he agreed. And as the night deepened over Celira, the human and the alien queen stood side by side, guardians of life, hope, and a bond that transcended worlds. The energy pulse had begun a new chapter, one that neither species could predict, but one that promised unity, courage, and the strength to face anything. The sun rose slowly over Celira, casting a golden glow on the crystal formations that powered the alien village. The air carried the faint hum of energy, a reminder of the pulse that had first connected Rian and Alira. The energy inside Alira was becoming more noticeable, and she could no longer hide the changes from her tribe. Rian approached the village as Alira stepped into the central square. Her presence was commanding, but her eyes betrayed a hint of worry. Rian, she said softly, the changes are accelerating. I can feel it. Whatever grows inside me is becoming stronger, and it is affecting me more each day. Rian nodded, understanding the urgency. We will find a way to protect you. We will protect your tribe, and we will face this together. Alira gave a faint smile, a mixture of gratitude and concern. The tribe trusts you now, human. They see your courage and your loyalty, but they do not fully understand what is happening. We must be careful. The energy pulse is not yet settled, and outsiders may take advantage of this moment. The warning came sooner than expected. Scouts reported movement on the horizon. A fleet of ships approached, larger and more organized than the rogue aliens they had fought before. They were here for the crystals, for the energy, and perhaps for Alira herself. Rian and Alira quickly organized the defenses. Humans and aliens worked side by side, setting traps, strengthening positions, and preparing for a confrontation that could determine the future of the village. Rian, Alira said, her voice steady but urgent. The life inside me is growing. I am stronger in some ways, but weaker in others. You must watch over me and the tribe. This may be our greatest challenge yet. Rian placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. I will not let anything happen to you. We will fight together. We will protect everyone here. The battle began at sunrise. The fleet of attackers moved with precision, their ships descending rapidly. The village defenders, both human and alien, stood ready. Alira's presence inspired the tribe. Her strength, enhanced by the energy pulse, gave them confidence. Rian moved strategically, guiding the human soldiers and coordinating with the alien warriors. He understood their tactics and strengths, combining them with human ingenuity. Together, they formed a defense that was both flexible and formidable. Alira's condition made her movements unique. She moved swiftly and gracefully, her body responding to the energy inside her. She could anticipate the attackers' moves, sensing danger before it arrived. But the strain was evident. She paused at times, her strength waning, and Rian was there to support her, covering her when needed. The attackers were relentless, but the cooperation between humans and aliens turned the tide. Rian's strategies allowed the defenders to anticipate attacks, set traps, and counter the enemy with efficiency. Alira's guidance and instincts enhanced their movements, creating a seamless defense. Hours passed, and the attackers began to falter. The village remained intact, the crystal formations protected, and the tribe safe. The attackers retreated, unwilling to face the combined strength of human and alien unity. After the battle, the village celebrated cautiously. There was relief, but also recognition that this was only one of many challenges to come. Alira addressed her tribe, her voice calm and authoritative. "We have survived because we work together, humans and aliens alike. This is proof that trust and cooperation are stronger than fear and aggression. We must remain united." The elders approached Rian. "You have done more than we expected," one said. "You have protected our queen, our people, and our future. You are not just a human. You are part of our story." Rian bowed slightly. "I am honored. I only wish to serve and protect. Together, we can face any challenge." Alira watched the interaction with quiet approval. She realized that Rian had become more than an ally. He was a partner in protecting life, a symbol of courage and understanding that bridged the gap between species. The energy pulse continued to affect Alira. She felt the life inside her growing stronger, and with it came new instincts and heightened senses. She could sense threats before they appeared, feel shifts in the environment, and even anticipate movements in battle. But the strain on her body was increasing. One evening, as the village rested, Rian approached Alira. "How are you feeling?" he asked gently. She looked at him, her eyes glowing faintly. "Stronger in some ways, weaker in others. The life inside me is developing. I can feel it responding to my emotions, my thoughts, and even your presence." Rian placed a hand on her arm. "We will manage it together. I will be here every step of the way." Alira nodded. "I know, and that is why I trust you. The bond between us is not just a result of the energy pulse. It is built on understanding, courage, and respect. I have never felt anything like it." The next days were spent preparing for potential threats and studying the energy pulse. Rian worked with the tribe to reinforce the village, teaching strategies that combine human and alien techniques. Alira focused on controlling the energy within her, learning to balance strength and endurance, while also monitoring the life developing inside her. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Rian's presence provided reassurance, and Alira's trust inspired confidence. They trained together, planned together, and learned from one another. The connection between them was no longer subtle. It was a guiding force, influencing decisions, actions, and the well-being of the tribe. One afternoon, while exploring a nearby crystal field, Rian noticed a subtle disturbance in the energy patterns. "Alira," he said urgently, "the pulse is fluctuating. Something is coming. We may not be alone." Alira's eyes narrowed. "You are right. I can feel it too. The life inside me senses change. We must prepare. The village, the tribe, and the crystals are all at risk." They returned quickly, alerting the village and reinforcing defenses. The tribe worked tirelessly, inspired by Alira's leadership and Rian's guidance. Everyone understood that their survival depended on unity, strategy, and trust. As night fell, the attackers arrived. This time, they were larger, more organized, and determined. Rian and Alira led the defense, moving in perfect coordination. The humans used advanced tactics, while the aliens used agility and intuition. Alira's energy pulse enhanced her senses, allowing her to guide the defenders with precision. The battle was intense. Rian covered Alira whenever she faltered, and she protected the tribe with her heightened abilities. The life inside her responded to the danger, giving her bursts of strength, but also drawing energy that left her briefly exhausted despite the odds. The defenders held their ground. The attackers were pushed back, unable to overcome the combined human and alien forces. The village remained safe, the crystals protected, and the tribe unharmed after the battle. Alira stood in the central square, her body glowing faintly. She addressed her people with quiet authority. "We have survived because we worked together. Humans and aliens, united in purpose. This is proof that trust, courage, and cooperation are stronger than fear and aggression." Rian watched, standing beside her. He felt pride, respect, and a deep connection. The bond between them had become a source of strength, guiding their actions and inspiring the tribe. The energy pulse continued to grow inside Alira. She felt the life developing within her, responding to her emotions and the bond she shared with Rian. It was a reminder of the responsibility they carried not just for the tribe, but for the future of life on Sci-Fi. One evening, as the stars appeared in the sky, Rian and Alira stood together near the crystal formations. The glow reflected in their eyes, a symbol of hope and unity. "We have faced great danger," Rian said, "but we have survived, together." Alira nodded. "Yes, the bond between us is more than the energy pulse. It is trust, courage, and understanding. It is a connection that will guide us through whatever comes next." Rian smiled faintly. "Then we will face it together. Whatever happens, we will protect life, the tribe, and each other." Alira placed a hand gently on his arm. "I know, and that is why I trust you. The pulse may have started this, but our bond will sustain it. We are ready for what comes." As the night deepened over Celira, the human and the alien queen stood side by side, guardians of life, hope, and a bond that transcended worlds. They knew the challenges ahead would be difficult, but they also knew that unity, courage, and trust could overcome even the greatest threats. The energy pulse had begun something extraordinary. It had created life, strengthened bonds, and inspired hope. Rian and Alira had become more than allies. They were partners, protectors, and symbols of what humans and aliens could achieve together. And as the stars shone brightly above, they prepared for the future, ready to face whatever came with courage, wisdom, and the strength of a bond that nothing could break. The dawn on Celira was calm, but the air was heavy with anticipation. Alira could feel the life growing inside her more strongly than ever. It was no longer subtle. Each movement, each heartbeat, reminded her of the responsibility she carried. The pulse of energy had created something extraordinary, something that could unite her tribe and the humans in a way no one had imagined. Rian stood beside her, observing the village. The tribe moved with purpose, preparing for any threat that might come. Humans and aliens worked side by side, building defenses and ensuring that nothing could harm the queen or the life she carried. Rian had never felt such a deep sense of responsibility. This was no longer just a mission. It was a commitment to protect life itself. Alira turned to him, her eyes glowing faintly in the morning light. "Rian, the life inside me is ready to emerge soon. I can feel it responding to my thoughts and your presence. It is both exciting and frightening." Rian placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We will face it together. You are not alone. The tribe trusts us, and I will not let anything happen to you." The village elders approached. They had grown to respect Rian not just as a human, but as a protector, a strategist, and a friend. "The queen's condition is remarkable," one elder said. "We have never seen such life before. We must protect it, as it represents the future of all of us." Rian nodded. "We will." The attackers have been held off, but the energy pulse continues to create changes. We must be vigilant. Alira felt a surge of strength. The pulse inside her responded to the calm determination of the humans and aliens around her. She realized that the life developing within her was connected not just to her, but to Rian and the tribe. It was a bond of trust, protection, and hope. As the day progressed, Rian and Alira prepared for the birth. The tribe gathered in a circle around the crystal formations, which shimmered in response to Alira's energy. The crystals seemed to communicate with her, amplifying her strength and guiding her through the process. Rian stayed close, providing support and encouragement. "You are strong, Alira. The tribe and I are with you. Whatever happens, we face it together." She nodded, taking comfort in his presence. "Thank you, Rian. I could not do this alone. Your courage and understanding have given me strength beyond my own." The first signs came in the late afternoon. Alira's body glowed faintly as the life within her began to emerge. The tribe watched in awe and reverence, sensing the significance of the moment. Rian stayed close, ready to protect her from any unexpected danger. The process was long and intense. Alira's energy pulsed in rhythm with the crystals, and Rian guided the tribe in maintaining a safe and supportive environment. The life developing inside her responded to the combined calm and focus of everyone present. Hours passed, and Alira's strength began to waver. Rian held her hand, encouraging her with every step. "You are doing well. The life inside you is strong, and so are you. We will succeed together." Finally, as the sun began to set, the life emerged. A small, luminous being opened its eyes, looking at the world for the first time. The tribe gasped in wonder, and even Rian felt a sense of awe he had never experienced before. The being's energy pulsed softly, connecting with the crystals, Alira, and Rian in a web of light and life. Alira smiled through exhaustion, tears of relief in her eyes. "It is beautiful, alive." Rian gently held the being, feeling the warmth and energy radiating from it. "It is remarkable, strong, wise, and full of potential. This is the future, Alira, a new beginning for your tribe and for humans alike." The tribe gathered closer, their faces filled with admiration and respect. They recognized the significance of the moment. This life was not just a child. It was a symbol of unity, trust, and the possibility of a future where humans and aliens could cooperate and protect one another. Alira rested, her body recovering from the effort, while Rian stayed close, ensuring that she and the newborn were safe. "You have done well, Alira. The tribe and I will protect you in this new life," he said softly. She reached out, touching his hand. "And you have done well too, Rian. Without you, this would not have been possible. You showed courage, understanding, and care. You are part of our family now." The elders stepped forward, placing their hands gently on the newborn and Alira. "This child represents hope," one said. "A bond between species that will guide our future. Humans and aliens together can achieve more than either alone." Rian looked around at the tribe, feeling a sense of pride and humility. The humans had proven that they could be allies, protectors, and friends. The bond between him and Alira had inspired the tribe to accept humans in a new way. He realized that one accidental encounter, one energy pulse, had created a ripple that would change the course of history. As night fell over Celira, the village was quiet but filled with a sense of accomplishment. The newborn rested safely in Alira's arms, glowing softly in the light of the crystals. Rian stood beside them, a silent guardian and partner in this extraordinary event. Alira spoke softly, her voice filled with emotion. "This child is more than life. It is a promise that humans and aliens can live together, learn from each other, and protect one another. It is a symbol of what we can achieve if we trust and work together." Rian nodded. "And it will grow with that trust. We will guide it, protect it, and learn from it together. This is not just your child, Alira. It is a gift to all of us." The tribe began to celebrate, but quietly and respectfully. They understood the importance of what had just occurred. The child was a bridge between species, a living example of cooperation, and a reminder that courage, loyalty, and understanding could overcome fear and division. In the following days, life settled into a new rhythm. Alira recovered her strength, guided by Rian and supported by her tribe. The child grew quickly, radiant and healthy, displaying intelligence and awareness beyond what either humans or aliens had expected. Rian continued to train and guide the tribe, teaching humans and aliens to work together more effectively. He shared strategies, techniques, and ideas that allowed both species to benefit from each other's strengths. Alira continued to lead her people, her bond with Rian and the child inspiring confidence and unity. The energy pulse remained, but it was no longer a source of uncertainty. It had created life, strengthened bonds, and inspired hope. The village, once wary of humans, now saw them as partners, allies, and friends. One evening, as the twin moons of Celira rose in the sky, Rian and Alira stood together near the crystal formations. The child rested safely in Alira's arms, glowing softly in the light. "We have come far," Alira said, her eyes reflecting the moons. "From one accidental encounter to this moment, we have created something extraordinary." Rian smiled, looking at the village and the glowing crystals. "Yes, and it is only the beginning. Humans and aliens, together, can face anything. We have proven that courage, understanding, and trust are stronger than any weapon or threat." Alira nodded. "The bond between us will guide the future. The tribe, the child, and humanity all have a role to play. Together, we will shape a better world." The child stirred slightly, reaching out to Rian. He took its small hand gently, feeling the warmth and connection. It was a reminder that life, trust, and courage could overcome even the greatest challenges. As the night deepened, the village rested, safe and united. The rogue aliens were no longer a threat, but the memory of their attacks served as a reminder of the importance of vigilance, cooperation, and courage. Rian stood beside Alira, the glow of the crystals reflecting in their eyes. "This is a new beginning," he said softly, "for your tribe, for humans, and for the life we have created together." Alira placed the child gently on a soft blanket of glowing moss, watching it sleep. "Yes, Rian, a new beginning. One built on trust, courage, and hope. We have achieved something remarkable, and together we will continue to protect it." The stars shone brightly over Celira, and the crystal formations hummed softly in response to the energy pulse. It was a symbol of life, unity, and the limitless potential of humans and aliens working together. And in that moment, Rian and Alira realized that their journey, born from one accidental encounter, had created a future filled with hope, strength, and endless possibilities. The bond they shared, the life they had nurtured, and the trust they had built would guide them for generations. Together, they had proven that courage, understanding, and cooperation could shape the destiny of worlds. Celira was no longer just a planet. It was a symbol of unity, a testament to the power of life, and a new beginning for all who called it home. And as the twin moons shone over the plains, Rian, Alira, and the child stood together, ready to face the future, united by trust, courage, and the extraordinary bond that had begun it all.